Good afternoon. It's 5:30. I am really excited to see everyone here, especially our students. That's what it's all about in my book. Anyhow, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, especially those who are watching online. And at this time, Ms. Superintendent, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, sir. The first thing on the agenda is the invocation, and Mr. Mathis will lead us in the invocation, and then we will be followed with the Pledge of Allegiance by Deputy Sirianni. And if everyone would stand and remain standing for both of those agenda items, please.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we just thank you so much for the beautiful day you've given us today, God. We thank you for all of the many blessings that you give us each and every day. We thank you for this school system, God, and just this community that we're all able to be a part of. Lord, we thank you for all the students that are here this evening, God. We're so excited to recognize them for their accomplishments. We just pray for this meeting, God. Pray for our board members, our superintendent, God, that you would just continue to give them the wisdom and the guidance in all the decisions that they make. We thank you most of all for Jesus, our Lord and Savior. In his name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the consent agenda, which consists of the agenda and the minutes. There's two sets of minutes that the board has had an opportunity to review prior to this meeting. But Ms. Collis will scroll through those for us. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Chair, have a motion to approve agenda.
I'll make that motion, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a second.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous?
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is an opportunity to celebrate one of our own. We just had someone to win or get recognized with the University of Georgia, their College of Education's Johnny V. Cox Award. And that award is given to an outstanding leader in education in the state of Georgia. And it's someone who makes significant contributions in the field of supervision and leadership. And one person from the program is selected annually that graduated from the University of Georgia, from their leadership program. And at this time, I would like to recognize our own Dr. Lucas Roof for earning that award. Dr. Roof.
Oh my gosh.
Look, this pains me to carry one.
Oh. Man, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
You
you.
want me to hold your eye for you?
Yes,
Because it doesn't pain me to hold
This
it.
is the best. That's the best work you've ever done, sir. Yeah, that you can't beat that anyway. But just thank you. This is one of those things, and I've been trying to actually craft an email. I don't even know when I'm going to send it, but it's probably going to come out at some point to different people, because when I was at, they asked, why did you receive this award? And so when the University of Georgia was going through the reasons why they chose me for this, every single part of my job, every single little reason they gave, every reason tied back to at least one person, somebody else that helped lay a foundation somewhere, or helped help do something for this school system. And so you almost felt like, why me? But it was very humbling and a big honor. And this award, it shouldn't just go to me. It should go to all the different people across this entire school system that have helped all along the way with everything that I've gotten to be a part of, and I've been blessed to be a part of. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Absolutely.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
You almost didn't get it. Mr. Chair, Board, the next item on the agenda is special recognitions, and this is where we get to celebrate all these kiddos in the house and the big people that helped them achieve what they have achieved this year. And I'd like to start out by asking Dr. Hodges to come forward and to tell us a little bit about her baseball team at the middle school. Dr. Hodges?
Good evening, Ms. Dillard, Board. I would like to invite all of our baseball team and their coaches forward at this time. And Coach Patterson. So they say that baseball is a spring sport, but it certainly doesn't feel like the spring when they start at the beginning of February. They start out playing in very, very cold weather and cold conditions, and they are very dedicated to go out there every single day and put in their work and effort to accomplish the things that they have. And I'm not going to steal any thunder from Coach O'Neill, but these boys played phenomenally all season. They had a fantastic record. It was a tight season. The whole season was very close in rankings, but in the end, they pulled out the championship. So I'm going to let Coach O'Neill speak and let him introduce his players.
I guess first of all, I just want to say thank you to a lot of people before I introduce them. One, I want to thank our community most of all. It's a wonderful place to live. And just all our sponsors and people who help give these kids everything they needed. Our rec program donates their time for our field use. Our people, parents that provided food, the businesses that gave food. I mean, we can't thank you enough. I want to thank the school board and everybody here. Not a lot of people know all the work you put in just so we can have sports, so we can have those things. We know that whether you're the elected officials, helping make decisions, or the people in charge of day-to-day schoolwork, we wouldn't have this without you, and we're very thankful for that. I don't think a lot of people know that. We, of course, want to thank our middle school admin and all the help. Y'all may not know this. We had so many rainouts, and we were struggling with schedule, and Chuck here, he went to bat for us and got us in a good place that gave us the opportunity to win the championship because it was going to be hard. And so I want you to get credit for that because that was a big help. Thank you guys so much. My assistant coach isn't here today. I really want to thank him. We wouldn't be here without Coach Locke and everything he did for us. So thankful for them. And then I do want to thank the parents, like all you parents here with your kids. You know, I don't do anything special. I don't think that I'm amazing at anything. And these kids came with a lot of skills that I know you guys put time and effort into molding. Dads working with your kids. Moms working with them, doing everything you can to give them opportunity to be as good as they can be. I just want to thank you, and then most of all, I want to thank these guys. The effort and everything you did, I'm so proud of you guys, all of you. But yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. All right, give these guys a round of applause.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the high school baseball staff, high school admin for getting the field ready and letting us host the playoffs and the championship on our home field. It was a definite advantage. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to turn it over to the kids and let them say their names.
Rivers Elvin, Bentley Cole. Aiden Majors.
Braxton Blue. Zeke Payne. Andrew Hendrickson. Carver Cole.
Branson Lance.
Jacob Curtis.
Noah Oliver. Lincoln Garland.
Jason Dyer.
Mason Ross.
Easton Seabolt.
Mr. Chair, if it would please the board, would anyone like to make a comment?
I'd like to umpire some of those games.
I'll say I've been blessed with getting to be a part of some of these kids here growing up, and they're good kids and good parents, and we just appreciate them. And I just want to charge them with we've been blessed enough to get a high school field finally, so we want you guys to take that field and make it your own, and have a little rebel pride in that. And we're looking forward to you having your own field, and looking forward to our sports getting back in our middle school. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to the team. I know that was a long, hard season, and we look forward to them, seeing them going up into the high school level too. So congratulations to them.
Anybody else? I just wanted to comment on Coach O'Neill's comment of thanking people to help sports happen. He didn't thank himself and the other coaches. They're the ones that really make the work happen. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of our coaches and everyone that has sponsored an extracurricular activity for our students, regardless of what the topic is, because those are the groups where our kids really get to make friends and find their own way. So thank you all for that. But with that said, let's celebrate our next group and ask Dr. Ramsey to come forward. We are going to celebrate CTSOs. Dr. Ramsey?
Good afternoon, Board, Madam Superintendent. First, I want to say I hope everybody took lessons from the middle school getting in line for pictures. That was impressive, and I hope I'm a little nervous about our high school kids being able to do that quite as well. Mr. Henson, here. Who have we got first? FFA. FFA, come on up. High school.
High school, sorry.
Mr. Davis. Is on here.
And then Dr. Hodges, do you want to combine or do you want to wait until after? It doesn't matter. You can combine if you want to. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to make a general statement. First, I want to express my appreciation to the board for allowing us to do this. This is, I think, the best thing we do, getting our kids in here to honor them and brag on them. In my opinion, it's much better than the school happenings, because that's just me up here talking. This is an opportunity to see the kids and see what they do. So I appreciate the opportunity to get them in here and be able to do that. And Ms. Dillard, appreciate you having this set up to be able to do this. I am so proud of our CTAE program. And you're going to hear this evening about a lot of success that we've had in our CTAE program. First, I'm so proud of the growth. You know, the additional programs that we offer, the additional pathways that we offer. And we've had a tremendous amount of success, and that's due to the work that the kids put in. That's due to the work that our teachers put in, Mr. Henson's leadership. We've just had a lot of success. And the great thing about these programs and the great thing about what they do is that it leads to a career. in a lot of cases right after high school. In a lot of cases, our kids leave high school and they go into a career where they're making good money and making a living right away. And I think that's one of the most valuable things that we can do as a school system, is to help provide our kids with opportunities to achieve these accomplishments that lead to jobs, that lead to careers, and that as they get ready for the next phase of life. It's no knock to say that it's not math and science and social studies and English that keep kids coming back to school. Okay, it's things like this. It's things that they love. It's things that they want to pursue for a career. And you're going to hear about some great successes and some very talented kids here in just a minute. But I want to express my appreciation to our kids and the work they put in and the way they represent us. I want to express my appreciation to our teachers. We've got some of the finest teachers anywhere in the job that they do, and obviously to Mr. Henson and his leadership of our CTAE program. And with that said, I'll turn it over to Mr. Henson to talk specifically.
All right. Well, as we've already, kind of alluded to, the things that they get to do, it's just things that they enjoy. But I want you to make sure that you understand the things that they're doing is hard. The things that they're able to achieve is because of the hard work and the effort that they're putting in. It's the advisors, the sponsors, the teachers that understand what it takes to be successful in the competitions that they engage in. And I can't say enough about how much I enjoy watching the effort, the work, the practices, all the things that lead up to competitions, and then they go and find success. And what that builds, it instills in them an idea that if they will work hard, if they will persevere, if they are willing to struggle, then success can be at the end of that. And so the lessons that they learn and the takeaways has such great value. And I know that that is instilled. And I know that I'd love to sit here and talk about each CTSO, because each one sent me their highlight sheet. They're 3 or 4 pages deep for what they've been able to do for the year. And then we've been able to select, some of the ones that are at the top of that. So I just want to, kind of point out right here, you have a group that went and competed at the state horse evaluation career development event. Out of all the schools, they went down there, and this is not something that you just look at a horse. They're talking about recognizing the gait, recognizing the breed, the detail that they've got to understand and be able to share. And it's a written test. It's an evaluation, in the arena. There's a lot that goes into it. And they finished 3rd in the state after a short preparation. They were not something they were anticipating going into 6 weeks prior to the event. They started, but they committed. And that commitment led them to 3rd place in the state. And you see that's got Wyatt Reddlehammer, Nick Tutterow, Lauren Waters, and Sarah Brawley. I also want to talk about the team aspect. Mr. Davis does a great job about getting these students to come together and compete together. As a result of that, this year at the State Livestock Show in the herdsman competition, that's where the show teams compete at both the Georgia National Fair and the Junior National Livestock Show. And the combined team, the swine team and the sheep team, were both named grand champions this year. I don't know that you can do much better. And so I'm so excited about what that is. And those are Jason Allen, Sarah Brawley, Roy Green, Hunter Pierce, Nick Tutterow, Addie Waters, and Lauren Waters. And we've got a few of them up here. But I do want to, again, point to everything that Mr. Davis is doing to prepare them, to challenge them, to push them, but then to meet whatever they desire to compete in. They make a way. And so at this point and everything, I just want to say how proud I am of our FFA, and what an amazing banquet the other night, if any of y'all were able to be there, to highlight these students. So let's give our FFA a big round of applause. Okay, all right. And then Dr. Hodges is going to speak to the middle school FFA program.
Do you want to do the picture separate, or?
Why don't we do them all together?
Let's do it together.
So I'd like to ask
Continuity.
Ms. Waters and her FFA students that are here to come forward. So for those of you who don't know, we do have some career technical student organizations that are very active in our building, and FFA is one of them. Our students and Miss Waters work countless hours to prepare for the events that they are able to compete in each year. It's hard. You see them going to these events and it seems like one and done, but it's really not. They spend so much time putting in the work and effort to learn the things they have to learn and travel. They sacrifice their time. The parents drive them back and forth. They're all over the place. So I'm very, very proud of our students. I'm proud of Miss Waters and the time she puts in. I'm going to let her brag on her students and tell you exactly what they've accomplished.
So we just brought some to highlight. We have Haley Stewart, who is one of our public speakers. She speaks much more eloquently than I do. So Haley is a Creed speaking winner. She memorized 5 paragraphs of the Creed and doesn't just recite it, but performs it. So there's that. But more importantly, she has to answer questions about its meaning, which is the foundation of our program. And understanding the history and current trends that go along with agriculture. So we are extremely proud of her for being the state winner. She spoke on stage at our state convention in front of about 6,000 people to give the creed to all of them. And she will be representing us in Indianapolis, Indiana in October this year. So we're super excited about her. We're very proud of her. And then I'll just go down. The rest of our kiddos were livestock placers in the top 10, either in showmanship or with their project. Eva showed sheep for us. I'm going to skip down to Justin. Justin showed swine. Kyle shows swine. And we have a couple that weren't here tonight, but that's just a quick highlight. The other 2 are our officers that wanted to be up here with them, and that's okay too. But that's just a quick highlight of some of the stuff that we have going on. So, thank you.
Y'all watch middle school baseball?
FCCLA, ladies, if you will come on up. As our Family Career Consumer Leaders of America are coming up, we are excited because Kristen Stone, our Teacher of the Year for the district, is the sponsor for this person. She couldn't be here tonight, but she has represented us on a national level, but she has encouraged these ladies to be a community support hero. And I say that not lightly, but indicating that what they have done. These ladies throughout the year have had so many opportunities, from our Veterans Day programs to additional banquets to competitions where they've served the competition, they've served the community, and it also goes into kind of their heart. So these ladies went down to the state competition and they competed in the National Programs in Action, which is a family first initiative at the state level, and placed 4th in the state. Their project focused on strengthening the family relationship. Talking with them, if you get a chance, I'd love for you to have a conversation with them, and they let them encourage you to do things that we used to take for granted. Family meals at the table, spending time talking, communicating over a meal, because so many have fast, quick meals, and so they promoted and improved this communication and encouraged shared meal times. And this project was a 4th place project in the state, encouraging that and listening to their heart, listening to what they're doing. And then they had a number of other competitions that they competed in, but it focused on families, children, and I love what they do in this particular CTSO. They have an entrepreneurial spirit. Some of them have even started businesses as it is related to this, and used that as a kind of a stepping stone to competitions. And then beyond competitions, they have served meals in various capacities, hosted the Veterans Day. They have supported the elementary schools through their Santa shops, Read Across America. They've went down and worked at the Piedmont Hospital during several breast cancer events, just encouraging, any way they can. So I kind of get a little emotional because these ladies are exactly what you want young ladies and young men coming through Fannin County High School to be, is an active, supportive community member that truly does love one another well. So I want to say great job, ladies. Proud of y'all. Let's give them a hand. All right, our next CTSO will be our TSA. So if we can go ahead and get our TSA folks up, and Mr. Dillbeck. So there are so many aspects of the Technology Students of America CTSO that the competition is very broad. It is very wide in all the things that they do. But one of the highlights that we get to do is we get to kind of follow Mr. Dillbeck's lead here, and we go racing. And when I say go racing, we're in an electric car, and there are two different divisions. There is the advanced battery class, and then there's the core battery class. And over the years, we've been very competitive in this, and we had 2 cars entered this year. The good thing about it is Mr. Dillbeck is a racer by trade, and he wanted to make design. And in TSA, they were using design engineering principles, looking at different relationships between battery life, gearing, overall, vehicle design. They use, different welding processes to actually build their cars, modify the kit, use different wheel combinations. That was all within the rules, correct, Mr. Dillbeck? No rule against it, so he was going to use it. So, as a result of that, we went down to the competition over at Lanier Speedway. They run on the Lanier Speedway racetrack, and we finished first overall in both divisions. So we were the champion, and then our second car, even though we had a failure in each race, we still finished 3rd and 7th, not being able to finish the race because of the speed and what they were able to attend to. And so this is just exciting. Now, along with that, the individuals involved in that, Connor Kyle, Castle Barnett, Nick Tutterow, Arian Pack, and even James Burrell were all part of that team. But then I'm up here seeing another young man that you're going to see when the sports teams come up. At the TSA, we're talking about every school that competes in the TSA across the state, regardless of classification, single A through 7A, the number of teams, and you go down there and all the different events that you can compete in and place in. And then at the end, they select an overall best student, the student that represents TSA across the board. And Connor Kyle finished second, or as a semifinalist, as in that aspect. In addition to that, he finished second in the bioengineering challenge. He was part of the TSA teams. That is an event where they give you a real-world problem, and you have to come up with an engineered solution, based on, history. And there's a team that competes. That was Connor, Aiden Carter, Castle Barnett, and Fox Sharp. And they, as a result of that competition at Georgia Tech, they have qualified, and they will be going to Washington, D.C. to compete in the Nationals as well. And so this understanding of what they're able to do takes intelligence, it takes drive, it takes motivation, it takes skill, hard work. All of these things that we've been mentioning before goes into this. So at this time, I did want to let Mr. Dilbeck kind of speak to the work that went into it just a little bit, because he had asked to do that. So, yeah.
So first of all, the collaboration that takes place between all of these different CTSOs is amazing. We was talking about the go-karts. So we went to a race back in the fall at Jekyll Island where we finished 3rd and 7th. I think that's right. That wasn't good enough. I knew I had the right team when they were upset about finishing that well. We come back, we talked to our ag department, Mr. Davis, Miss Matthews. They set up for us to actually come and test. So we went to these guys marked out a schedule. We went and tested, we come back, we were better. Everything these guys have done has been after school at some point. So they've had to mark out time from their lives to come in and do that. So it's not just something that takes place in school. We partnered with Skills on the welding part of it. So Mr. Flowers and his team was helping us get the things welded up and get them ready to go. These guys done an amazing job with this. The TSA teams aspect, what he was talking about there. This is a huge deal. They show up with a problem that they don't know what the problem is when they walk in. They're given a problem. Here it is. Here's what you have to solve it. They have to sit down, do a mathematical part of it, as well as the engineering part. This qualified them to go up here to Washington, D.C. for this. So it's an amazing thing. That is stuff that I didn't teach them. They took this on their own to learn it. So I think they've done an amazing job. I'm proud of them. I know you're proud of them too.
So I'd like to invite Dr. Champion and our middle school TSA members forward. I want to echo what Mr. Dilbeck just said about the coordination, not just between the CTSOs, but between the middle school and high school clubs. It's amazing to watch these older guys come down and mentor some of our middle school students. They really add value to what they're able to accomplish. It's amazing to me that they wait on their projects. They don't often know what they're going to compete in, and then all of a sudden, here's the list. The students have to decide what they're going to compete in and then figure out how to do it. And a lot of times it means learning new skills and buying new equipment and doing things that we didn't expect for them to have to do. And they do it, and it's incredible. If you think you're intelligent and you watch them do some of the things that they do, it makes you question how smart you really are. So I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Champion and let her go over the accolades of our club.
I was very blessed this year. I was able to take 9 kids to state with me this year, and all 9 of my students walked across the stage at least one time. Unfortunately, only 3 of my guys could be here with us tonight, but I want to go over real quick what they placed in, and I apologize, I'm having to look it up because when I tell you that these kids did projects, they did projects. They all went with a minimum of 5, and they put in all of the hard work, and they really showed out. Vincent Torres, he represented us in the drone challenge. They went into that. It was a brand new event this year. We had no idea what we were walking into. They walked out with 8th place in that one. He also competed in Solar Racer, where they had to completely build a solar paneled car, and it had to have a switch and a stop and go button and the whole 9 yards. They walked out with 7th place on that one. Robert Patterson, Mr. Mason Patterson. Mason competed and came in 2nd place in problem solving along with Alex Anderson, and they are taking us to Washington, D.C. for problem solving. He participated in instructional engineering, brought home a 4th place finish there. He also competed in Tech Bowl and website design and brought home a 5th place finish in both of those areas. So we're very proud of him. And Mr. Clayton Worley. Mr. Clayton went with us, and he competed in coding, brought home 11th place in coding. Even after we had some computer issues, we still brought home 11th. That was fabulous. He also competed with Vinny in the drone challenge and brought home 8th place. And he brought home 3rd place for electrical applications. And he is also going to Washington, D.C. with us this year. I could not be more proud of these guys and the work that they have put in. And I'm so excited to see what they can do next year.
And then I just want to quickly mention skills. We've already recognized them for their success, but talking about hard work, they are actually currently in Rome. An industry partner is housing them in one of their warehouses as they are competing or preparing for the nationals that are coming up in the first week of June. And so they're over there today. They've got all the equipment that they can use, and they're doing a mock build in preparation for that event coming up. So we're excited about the industry partners that think that's important, and not just industry partners here in our community. That's industry partners that we've made contact with, in our competition areas over in Rome, that is housing them and doing this just for our team because they see the value of it. So we're definitely appreciative of that. And that is our skills team as well.
I have one more group to recognize, so I'd like for Ms. Lester and our HOSA students to come forward, please. So these students also participate in a state competition. This is our health occupations group. They do the same thing. They have projects that they have to sign up for and do research for and prepare. A lot of them have to give presentations or take tests and do competitions. So I'll let Ms. Lester explain what they've accomplished.
Okay, so this year I took 11 students to our state leadership conference, and they had to work for, I guess, probably 4 months they took to prepare all of their projects to do. And it's sort of the same thing. They have guidelines. They have to follow the guidelines and make sure their pre-submits match the requirements to be qualified to go on to round 2. And all of the groups did qualify for round 2. I had Anna and Nora competed in health career display, so they took a big trifold and had to go through and give all the details for a career. Kendall Dover and Juliet Stennett, they had to go in and they did health career display as well, so they did a trifold on a career. And they have to submit a outline of their board, and that's what qualifies them for the second round. Anna and Nora placed in the top 10. They were 10th. Juliet and Kendall placed 8th in health career display. Eliza and Caitlin Kendall and Sophia Salgado, they did public health. And theirs, they had to make a commercial about the sugary foods and drinks that we consume every day and all the dangers of that, the things that we're putting in our bodies. So they actually went around town and took videos of all of the advertising in the stores and made a video. And then they had to stand up and present their project to the judges and go through everything that they found during their research. And they placed 7th in the state. Ben and his partner Kanoa, it was the first time that they joined me, and they did exploring medical innovation. So they had to actually research some device or a new thing that is being used in the medical field, and they have to go through all the research and the cost and how it's beneficial, any risk factors, and then they had to present theirs in front of the judges as well. And then I had 2 girls who did prepared speaking. They had a topic, and it was just a topic. That was it. There's no details, nothing, and they had to write a speech. It had to be between 5 and 8 minutes that they had to present to their judges as well. So For us, though, we don't qualify to go to nationals unless you're top 3. So, but it was still, I was very proud of all of them for all of their hard work.
Good job, man.
Thank you all so much. Mr. Chair, Board, would anyone like to comment on all the CTSO success this year?
My mind's kind of spinning on all that. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Just congratulations. There's so much vastness there. So much goes into all that. A lot of those things I can't do. There's no way just listening to y'all talk about the things y'all did in middle school, like preparing speeches, doing things, or solving problems on the fly. That's a very difficult task for a young kid, not to mention all the livestock and all the other things. So congratulations to each of you.
I'll just say they have a very good way of teaching me that I'm not smarter than a 5th grader.
Yeah.
I am super impressed. It's a lot of hard work put in by not only our system, but our parents, our community, our teachers. So thank you all for the work that you do, and congratulations to the kids on the hard work.
Ditto.
Thank y'all, and thank you to all the sponsors again that help us, our kids. Dr. Ramsey, do you want to brag on the soccer team? Start with the girls.
I would love to brag on the soccer team. But before I say anything about that, I just want to again say how proud I am of our CTA program from middle school up to high school. Obviously, we're very excited about all the success at the middle school because they're coming to us. But like we've said up here, just a lot of work goes into this, so very proud of them. So let's give them another round of applause. Okay, girls soccer, come on up.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I'll say some general statements. I don't want to steal too much thunder. I know Coach Deal has some things she wants to say about them. But again, I want to say how proud I am of them, how hard they work, tremendous amount of success, you know, that's been sustained over several years. And winning the region championship this year, make it to the Elite Eight again. Just can't say enough about them. They're outstanding young ladies. So many of them do so many other things. They're so well-rounded and compete in other things and accomplish other things. So just very proud of them. You're going to see some of them back up here for track in just a few minutes. And so winning that region championship, making it to the Elite Eight, just extremely proud of them and the accomplishments. But again, I say it every time. I sound like a broken record, but I have to say it. But I'm more proud of the kind of young ladies they are and the way they represent us when they go out into other areas of the state and the way they compete, and they always give it their best. And I you know, just to talk about wins and losses, that's one thing, but you also want that quality person with good character and good morals and good ethics, and that's what you have here in front of you with these young ladies. So very proud. You don't get to this point, and I've said this before when we're talking about college signees and things like that, there's been a ton of parent support and community support going to these young ladies. They're hauling them all over the world, you know, and then, like I said, they do so many things. They're taking them all these different places, doing all these different things to get them here. Just yesterday, we had 2 of them signed to play college soccer. Where are we at? Bridget? Step forward. She's going to be playing soccer at Toccoa Falls. Sorry if you were going to talk about that. And Natalie is going to be playing soccer up in Union, which is in Kentucky. So she's going to get a little bit of ways from home to do that. But just getting to play at that next level kind of shows you the kind of program we have and the kind of girls we have. So congratulations, ladies.
First, I do want to say thank you, Ms. Dillard and board members, for inviting the girls to be recognized tonight. As you can see, Coach Jessen is not here. She does wish she could be here. Her daughter, she's actually in Knoxville. Her daughter is graduating college. No. She did want me to say she was in Rocky Top, but I really But she is super proud of the girls, and she is so thankful they were able to be recognized tonight, too. But I do want to say also thank you to Dr. Ramsey and Mr. King and the rest of our admin for always being so supportive, even if it's coming down the middle of a playoff game to also question a call one of the refs made. But seriously, just they're always so willing to have our backs, and they're so supportive, and they're willing to do anything for these girls and for us. Last year, the girls were not happy that we were kicked out of the first round of the playoffs. We had a few key injuries last year that kind of caused that, but a few of the seniors come and sat down, and they were determined to be region champions this year, and they were determined to go far in the playoffs. And their leadership echoed to the rest of the team, and every single one of them are so dedicated. They came over the summer and did off-season workouts. They played travel soccer. They came during the school year in the off-season, in the morning and of it afternoon. They competed in other successful sports. They are just so dedicated, and they never back down from a challenge. But like Dr. Ramsey said, I'm actually super proud of them, of their accomplishments, but I'm so proud of who they are off the field. There were multiple times, even this season, though, refs would come up to me after the game saying how respectful they are. And they did not get that way because of me or Coach Jessen, but because of their parents and everybody else sitting in here. The refs said they were not used to people saying that and being that respectful. And I'll also say Monday night we actually took a few of them down to ETC to do a little interview, and they were asked, what do you want your legacy to be? It was not that they're an undefeated region champion. It's not that they made it to the Elite Eight. It's not that their record was 14-4. It was they want to put Christ first. They want to work hard and be determined and be kind to everybody else. It was nothing to do with athletics. And I'm just going to try to make it through without crying.
You can cry.
I am super proud of them, though, but just to be with them this many years, I've been with a senior since they were in 6th grade. And to see how far they've come is just why I do this, and they deserve to be recognized. But I will also say one of the things I'm so proud of is they are multi-sport athletes. In a minute, you will see most of them up here for track. A lot of them ran cross country. They did flag football. They came straight off the basketball court, right onto the soccer field a few days later without skipping a beat. They're involved in clubs, band, pageants, anything you can think of, they're involved in it, but they maintained a team GPA of 3.83. We are on the bus studying for EOCs, AP exams, EOPAs, and they still managed to do it all, and they did it well. And I'll also echo, I want to thank, first off, our bus driver, Mr. Brandon Tipton. He drove us every single game, and he even came to the home games for them. Our parents, who constantly put time in, our booster club for always making sure the boys and girls both had everything they need. But our community is amazing through sponsoring meals, T-shirts, student playoff tickets, cases of water, anything we needed, they had their backs. And we do live in an amazing place, and that is why they are so successful. But I do want to introduce them. So I'm going to start with our freshmen, so if you'll just step out and wave when your name's called. First, we have Tatiana Abrams Castro. Sophia Carroll. Jaden Jimenez. Lennox Patterson. And then our sophomores, we have Brooklyn Owenby. Isabella Torres. Lily Williams. Marin Denton, who was also voted first team all-region, we found out earlier. We have our juniors. We have Delmi Saki Sakul, Leonore Lochner, Albany Cole, who was also honorable mention for the all-region team, Annalie Cheatham, who was first team all-region, Kinsley Picklesheimer, who is the 7A D1 Region Player of the Year. We also have our seniors, Reese Lewis, Natalie Middleton, Gianna Torres, Bridget Allen, who was first team all-region, A.V. Ethington, who was first team All-Region. We also have Jordan Golden, who was second team All-Region. And we have Grace Fay, our manager.
Give Coach Dale a microphone. She don't give that up too easy, does she?
I wonder where she learned that from.
I don't
Dr.
know.
Ramsey.
I don't know.
Thank you, Coach Steele.
Congratulations, girls.
Congratulations and thank you, Coach Steele. Board, anyone want to shout out to the girls?
I do. I'd like to say that, you know, not just these girls, but as a whole, what I keep hearing is a constant with that is the character that we keep seeing out of those kids. And I look across the room, and I've had the honor to be escorted by a few. Miss Waters back here has always been so nice to me. She's looking off kind of, but she's been so nice. There's Conrad Head, very respectful, just great kids to be around. So excited to show off what they have going on in the school, and it's an honor just to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you. Dr. Ramsey, celebrate the boys.
Boys soccer, come on up. Coach Halpin. Clearly, a lot of them been doing their own hair lately. So again, you're going to hear a lot of the same stuff about these guys that we said about the girls. And again, a lot has gone into these guys. You know, you look at Marcus Ponton back here, and I know he's done so much coaching of these guys. Caleb Denton done so much coaching of these guys, and there's just so much in the community that goes on to help, you know, get these guys where they're at, and they are a tremendous soccer team. But again, you'll see multi-sport athletes. You'll see, you know, people who are very talented in other areas. You know, we just talked about Connor a few minutes ago and all his success and what he's done. So again, a great group. I never say never or never happened before or anything like that, because I don't know. Fannin County's got 50 years of history at Fannin County High School, and I wasn't there for all of it. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And it's a lot easier to keep records now than it used to be. So I don't know everything that's ever happened there. But from any records we have, this is the first region championship in boys soccer history. So let's give them a round of applause on that. And again, they were just so dominant in a tough region, and that, you know, undefeated in the region, made Sweet 16, had some tough breaks in the Sweet 16, or they would have been in the Elite 8. They lost in overtime on a goal late in the Sweet 16. But just an outstanding group of young men. Again, character, morals, ethics. You know, just can't say enough about them and how they represent our school and how they conduct themselves in our hallways every day, and just the kind of young men they are. And again, that's nothing to do with us. That's attributed to their parents and the way the parents have raised them. That's attributed to the community and the way the community has supported them. So could not be more proud of them and how they represent us. And we're going to miss the ones who are moving forward. But, you know, we got some good young ones coming up to carry on the tradition and carry on the success. So, again, with that said, I'll turn it over to Coach King.
Unfortunately, Coach Johnson cannot be here tonight, so I wanted to highlight a couple of things that were sent to me. Like Dr. Ramsey said, From everything that we were able to find, the first region championship in school history is a historic season, coming off last year's Final Four appearance with an outstanding undefeated regular season as far as region play goes. It goes without question. It is because of the hard work that they put in, day out, on the weekends, in the summer, when they were showing up at 6 a.m. practices all before the season. And that goes for the girls as well. Everything that they poured in to get to the point to get to stand here in front of you today. So I want to recognize that. I also, in a second, I will pass the mic to each of you and you'll introduce yourself as we go through this. But just recently released, I wanted to call this off. Region 7 Single A Player of the Year, Miller Denton. First team All-Region, Gage Flowers. First team All-Region, Brevin Hennessy. First team All-Region, Matthew Ponton. Second team All-Region, Conrad Head. Second team All-Region, Connor Kyle. Second team All-Region, Josh Martinez. An honorable mention, Kian Halpin. And again, that doesn't happen without the hard work day in and day out to push themselves. And we talk about kind of how the season fell at the end, but it was in overtime and it was by a goal. And how many do we have? 3 overtimes, PKs. It seemed like that was the kryptonite, and a couple of them. But it was because they battled the entire time. And we're incredibly proud of how they've represented our school, our community, and our program. And again, thank you, parents. Thank you, Booster Club. Thank you, community, for everything that you've done to pour into these programs. Thank you. Thank you for getting them there early in the morning and pushing them as much as you have. So at this time, we'll have each of you introduce yourself.
A very proud and thankful assistant coach, Gary Halpin.
Conrad Head.
Gage Flowers.
Matthew Ponton.
Brevin Hennessy.
Connor Kyle.
Aaron Augustin.
Anthony Mabonda.
Rowan Allen.
Kevin Alvarez.
Brody Engel.
Brody Golden.
Miss Dillon, I think every time they dye their hair, you should do the same.
Oh, well,
That's full commitment.
my schedule might keep up with it, but it doesn't have to be same color,
At
right?
least Dr. Ramsey could do it.
That's true.
I did make a deal if they got to the Final Four, I would do it.
Did you?
I did.
All right,
I
good
did.
deal.
So, okay, we're going to do boys and girls track together. So all boys and girls track, come on up.
All right. So, it's a lot. My mic's going dead.
Okay. Again, this is our boys and girls track team, and going back to the, never say it's never happened before, but from what we can gather, never before have we had boys and girls region champions in the same season. So that's an awesome accomplishment and another historic season. And again, you can stand up here and you can brag on these young ladies, and I could go through and young men and show you all the ones that play multiple sports, that do different things. You've seen the ones up here for soccer. We've got them up here that play tennis, just soccer, all the different things that they do, all the different work that they put in, all the time that they put in. And again, it's just a tremendous testament to the kind of people they are, to the kind of community we live in, to their parents, to their coaches, of how they represent us each and every time that they go out and compete in different parts of the state. We get all kind of compliments on them. You know, we whip a lot of people's tail, right? I mean, we do. It's what we've been doing for a while now. But also, we get compliments on the kind of kids that we have and the way they conduct themselves. And like I said, I have never been embarrassed about the way that our kids competed and the way our kids played. And that's not always the case in other places. So very grateful for them and very thankful for them. Thankful for the coaches and the job that they do and the work that they put in. And I know we have coaches who volunteer and put in their time. So I appreciate that. I know that's no small task. And with that said, I am going to turn it over to which one of you? Okay. Oh boy, she's got a script.
Sorry, I do have a script and I am a little bit under the weather. Just in case you didn't know, we just got back from state on Tuesday, so they're probably exhausted, and I am also. But first, I want to just start by saying I'm grateful for the opportunity to coach at Fannin. Thank you, Ms. Dillard and the board, for inviting the athletes here tonight to be recognized for their accomplishments. Dr. Ramsey, Mr. King, and the other administration, parents, event coaches. Like Dr. Ramsey mentioned, we have several volunteer coaches. Alden Falls is here with us tonight. She works primarily with our sprinters. Dr. Roof works with mostly our distance runners. We have Cole West, who works with the jumpers. Chad Galloway works with the pole vaulters, and Wade Woodall worked with our throwers. So it takes a lot of people to raise what's not the entire team here, because football has started. So we had about 70 kids on the team. And the parents who take care of these kids and help support them. And the athletes, who track is probably one of the hardest and most vulnerable sports, because you are in front of everybody watching you do what you do. So there is no hiding if there are any flaws. So they put in a lot of work year round. And without the parents and the support of these people and faith, I don't think the track team would have had the success that they had. So I'm going to go through a few accolades. The girls team was back-to-back region champs. The boys team, as he mentioned, won the region, and this is the first time in history that the boys team has ever won the region that we know of. On Tuesday, we took 23 athletes to state from sectionals. At state, here are the people that made the podium. Sadie Patton, wave Sadie. She made the podium, placing in long jump and high jump, 7th long jump, 8th high jump. Lola Temples was 7th in the 800 meter. Our 4x4 relay team was 8th. That was Ariana Galloway, Lola Temples, Ava Acker, and Carly Sams. And then our 4x8 girls relay team was 3rd, made up of Kinsley Picklesheimer, Lola Temples, Ava Acker, and Carly Sams. Some of our guys were Braxton Cheatham, who was 6th in the 800 and 8th in long jump. Wynn Rickenbacker, 6th in the 1600 meter. Jamari Dunn was 7th in the 32, 8th in the 1600 meter. And last but not least, I want to recognize our 4x8 boys. If they will step forward, they were state runner-up, which is the first in school history and the first ever boys 4x8 team to actually make the podium. 2 of them are not here tonight, but we have Braxton Cheatham, Kyler Wilson, Hudson Lynch, and Wynn Rickenbacker, who were on that team. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Root.
I think she said it all, but in a second, I'll give the mic to y'all, and you can say your names. That's how we'll do it with you guys, make you do it. But real quick, I'm going to also brag on my wife here. How many kids were on the team when you asked her to take it over? 8. About 8 kids. About 8 kids on the track team, and Coach Cheatham has said that this one here can, what's he say? She can sell oceanfront property in Arizona, I think is what he says. So somehow she's able to get those kids out there, and it's pretty phenomenal to go from 8 just a few years ago to, as she said, 70-something kids. So she just does a great job of getting the kids out there and making them excited about it. And just want to give her kudos for that for sure, because I couldn't do it. So I'm going to start down here with the names.
Alden Falls volunteer coach.
Kinsley Picklesheimer.
Annalie Cheatham.
Charlotte Vallejo. Lola Temples. Presley Daves. Sadie Patton. Marin Denton. McKinley Lord. Lennox Patterson.
Ava Acker.
Braxton Cheatham. Henry Schuneman. Conrad Head. Gabe Perkle. Kyler Wilson.
Jamari Dunn.
Janil Patel.
And I'll be real quick. Congratulations on an outstanding season, coaches. Thank you for what you pour in. And again, this goes for all of our coaches. They're right beside them, pushing them day in and day out. From you guys running beside them, pushing them, getting every ounce of that hidden talent that some of them don't even know that they have. It is remarkable. And so many of them do so many things. And you've seen that tonight. And our coaches work so well of sharing athletes and working on schedules, because it is a absolute feat to be able to schedule and coordinate that. But it goes to the fact that we are Fannin, that we're working together for the kids to be able to do the things that they love. And that's what this is all about. So thank you, coaches, for working together. You guys, thank you for what you pour into the sport and how you represent us. So thank you.
Yeah. It is a big problem to have. And there were none.
Before they leave. You gotta do that backwards.
Yeah.
You're still talking to yourself.
Thank you, and I heard some people saying earlier that it's a great problem to have that we had standing room only from recognizing children in our district. And that was just like, it's almost every month. Our kids just keep, but big people are helping them and behind them, supporting them, so I'm very proud of that. So, Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is public comment. Mr. Danner, do we have public comment, sir?
Yes, ma'am, we have two. The first one is Ms. Tina Lee. She wants to speak about the CLC.
Good evening. I'm grateful to be here tonight, and I came here in February of 2025 and made a request of this board. And I want to be sure you hear me. Okay. All right. Well, I'll say good evening. I'm Tina Lee. I'm the director of the Fannin Christian Learning Center. I came here in February of 2025 to make a request of you, and I know y'all get a lot asked of you. And just like the 10 lepers that were all healed, probably 90% don't come back and say thank you. So I wanted to be the one, at least one, that comes back and says thank you. Thank you for allowing us to expand to the middle school. I think being at the high school for 25 years, I knew it would be different and it would be a challenge to have middle school students. But honestly, the most difficult part was getting that goat house ready. But we did it. We had over 50 volunteers and a lot of things and materials and labor donated and got the house ready so that we could start in the fall. God has just blessed in such incredible ways. So I want to be sure that you know that I and our staff and our board are thankful to you for allowing us to do this. You know, Jesus says, "Let the little children come unto me," and you've allowed that. We have many incredible Christian teachers in every single one of our schools. So I'm not saying that we're doing it and the rest of the schools aren't. We're partnering with the elementary schools and the middle school teachers and the high school teachers to be able to share Jesus with the students here in Fannin County. So again, I just want to thank you. I do want you to know that this year we had 137 high school students, which is a higher number than usual. We were kind of concerned that being so focused with middle school, we might lose a little momentum over there, but we did not. And we had 229 middle school students this first year, which is mind-blowing. So that was a total of 366 students. Probably the largest number that we just have to thank God and God alone for is this year, 15 students came to know the Lord as Savior. 15 students in 1 year. It's incredible. And that is definitely all the Lord's doing, and we are just so grateful to Him that He lets us be a part of that. Next year, 26, 27, we don't have total numbers yet. Pre-registration has happened, and I am very nervously excited that we are expecting more students next year than we had this year. So again, I just want to say thank you for allowing us to come. We do pray for you. We do appreciate you, and we just know that God has blessed Fannin County in so many ways. I just want to echo so many things that have already been said tonight. This is a good place to live. It is a good place to live. It's a good school system, a wonderful community that is so very supportive. So I just want to say to you, with God's help, we're not going to let you down. We're going to keep serving there at the CLC on both campuses. And I just want to be sure that you hear me say, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Danner?
Ms. Dillard, second public comment, Ms. Christy Holloway. She wants to speak on character over reputation.
Hi. Good evening. I'm sure a few of you will be happy to know this will be my last time speaking on this matter here, as I've made the decision to go ahead and file my complaint with the state as we seem to be at an impasse. I do hope that you will hear my statement today with open hearts, minds, and willingness to reflect in the future. For those of you who may not have been here the last two meetings, there was an incident at Fannin County High School where a student wrote hate speech and threats against people of color. Although the student was published, the Board of Education has refused to publicly acknowledge the incident even after the News Observer printed an untrue article stating that there was no threat found. I have been speaking at the Fannin County School Board meeting because I believe our students deserve a system that stands firmly against racism, hate speech, and misinformation. My goal is not division, but accountability, transparency, and meaningful action that protects every student, ensures all students feel safe, valued, and heard. I hope to encourage public accountability from school leadership and create a culture where silence and minimization are no longer acceptable responses to racism. When we say we are Fannin, that statement should represent inclusion, dignity, and unity for everyone in our community, not just some. Character matters more than reputation, both for individuals and for a school system. A reputation can be managed, protected, and polished, but character is revealed in the moments when doing the right thing is difficult. Ignoring evil does not make it less real. Remaining silent in the face of hatred does not make our children safer, and failure to correct a lie is no better than telling one. That is why the decision by the superintendent not to correct the misinformation published in the newspaper was so deeply concerning. When inaccurate narratives are allowed to stand unchallenged, it damages trust and sends a message that protecting appearances matter more than protecting the truth. Leadership is not measured by avoiding uncomfortable conversations. It's measured by the willingness to confront them honestly. Teachers, administrators, school resource officers, and members of the board are entrusted with more than policies and procedures. You're supposed to be our children's champions, their educators and their protectors. When serious racial hate is minimized as kids fooling around, it sends a message not only to the students targeted, but every student watching about the system, what the system is willing to tolerate. Our children deserve honesty, they deserve accountability, and above all, they deserve the adults with the courage and the character to stand up for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Holloway. Thank you. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to update the CTAE program. Dr. Reef, if you will provide that update, please, sir.
Maybe. I may provide it. See what happens. Still loading. Well, I will say that most of the update came in the form of all the CTSO kids earlier in the meeting.
And this update is an annual requirement as part of our obligation.
There he comes. All Scotty had to do was sit down and it did it. Yep. Good job, Scotty. So, yes, this is, as Ms. Dillard said, thank you, Ms. Dillard. Thank you, board, for allowing us to speak here on this. These are mandatory updates that we do have to provide, but at the same time, it gives us an opportunity to brag. The kids said it all, though. But just to update on what we'll have coming up in the 26-27 school year at the middle school, computer science. These are the CTAE-based connections. Computer science, healthcare, ag, STEM, and the outdoor classroom, and then health, where we're embedding food and nutrition, and then we'll continue to offer the entrepreneurship days. While we're on this slide, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Hodges because she has done a phenomenal job of bridging that gap with the middle school to high school, and Mr. Young did that before her as well. Over the last several years, that's gone really well, bridging that gap. Here, 26-27 for the high school, we will have 5 different ag pathways. We will have all these listed: carpentry, electrical, fine furniture, heavy equipment, plumbing, and the list goes on and on. All those with the star, with the asterisk beside them, those are pathways that either lead to a real-world industry credential or college class exemption. So that's really, really important. That's a game changer for our kids. While we're on this slide, I know he spoke earlier, but I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Henson and Dr. Ramsey. All the work that goes into CTAE is just, it's a lot of work, and those guys have helped carry the load in every form of fashion. So just very thankful to have them working on that. And then we have the projected pathway completers for each one of our pathways listed here. So that is something for our board to see, and for the public, just looking at those projected pathway completers. To be a pathway completer, you have to complete 3 courses in the same pathway. So those are our projected numbers there for these pathways. We, as you saw earlier, we do offer right now at the high school these CTSOs, and then at the middle school we have TSA, FFA, and HOSA. And when it comes to CTSO membership, here are our membership numbers. So you can see there the high school and then the middle school numbers as well when it comes to the numbers of active members in each one of those CTSOs. Dual enrollment. Angela Jones does a phenomenal job with dual enrollment. So there's a snapshot of our our dual enrollment numbers for last year and for this year. So 524 college credits earned from those colleges listed below. That's a lot of credits earned, guys. That's really phenomenal. And then work-based learning, Mr. Gibbs, Bubba Gibbs, doing that now. Again, doing a phenomenal job. There's a snapshot there of fall semester and spring semester with a number of students, blocks, and employers. And just like to, again, just say how thankful I am that our own school system employs several of these kids in work-based learning as well. So work-based learning programs definitely flourishing. We have current CTAE four-year graduation rate, so that's 99.27. Saying that simply, if you participate in CTAE, you are very likely to graduate high school. And then our five-year graduation rate for CTAE, 100%. So again, 100% of our kids that are part of our CTAE program are graduating when it comes to that five-year cohort. So very impressive there, and very thankful for that number. I like to give this as just a kudos to everybody in the room, superintendent, Board of Education members, Dr. Ramsey, Mr. Hanson, all the teachers. Here's the programs that we've added since 2020 for our students. That's at the middle school right there. And that's just remarkable. And then moving on, what we've added at the high school since 2020. Now, some of these have come and gone, kind of rotating back and forth, but those are the different opportunities that we have added in our high school in the world of CTAE since 2020. That would not happen without a Board of Education that's committed to CTAE. And so we're just very, very thankful for that. And I'm glad to be a part of it, even if I'm, at this point in charge of a lot of the compliance and a lot of the paperwork that's going on behind the scenes. I'm just still so thankful to be a part of CTAE and all that's going on with it.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Ruth. And again, thank you for all the things that you do to help keep it going. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the FY27 Perkins 5 plan. Dr. Ruth?
And again, this is a requirement, so don't start throwing batteries at me, Darren, wherever he went. The Perkins 5 plan, it is a plan with goals and action steps, and we cannot spend federal Perkins money unless it's mentioned in this plan. So what you have to do with this plan is you have to set SMART goals that are based on different shortcomings or different things that come up in data collection that you need to continue to try to improve upon. So that's what this plan is all about. So goal 1 of this plan is that our school system will provide entrepreneurship opportunities within all CTAE courses, pathways, and CTSOs during the next 2 school years. It's a 2-year plan, by the way. And will improve financial literacy and then conflict resolution. That's the one that continued to come up in our meetings that we had with our stakeholders, is to help our kids understand conflict resolution, how to deal with their own conflict without having to have adults come in and save the day, having kids learn that conflict resolution. Soft skill, employability skills, and entrepreneurship. This improvement will be measured by comparing our quantitative and qualitative data between our spring 26, 27, and 28 stakeholder meetings. And then we have several action steps. I'm not going to list these word for word. We'd be here for much longer, but we have action steps that go with that goal to allow us to try to accomplish that goal. There's the action step 1 and 2, and then here's action step 3 and 4. And then goal 2, this one's very important. We look at our data, and you have to have one goal that is tied directly to your quantitative data. So we would like to increase our non-traditional program concentration percentage from 9.34% to 12.34% next spring, and then up to 15.34%. That 3% increase is kind of a mathematical, that's a mathematical reasonable increase, while increasing the CTA students with disabilities, ELA, mathematics, and science academic proficiency rates each by 6%. So I say that to say that non-traditional enrollment, we want to be a program with CTAE that allows all kids to have that opportunity to be part of one of our pathways. That being all-inclusive with CTAE is extremely important. So if there's any reason why a particular group of kids or a certain kid is having a hard time being a part of CTAE, we want to know about it. We would like to know. That way we can make sure that we address that, because it is so important for every kid in the high school to have an opportunity somewhere in CTAE, and that's what that goal is all about. And then we have action steps that go along with that goal as well.
So, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Chair, have a motion to approve FY 27 Perkins 5 plan, please.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Have a second?
Sir. I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Nope.
Go ahead.
No
Oh,
discussion.
okay.
No discussion.
You was voting, wasn't you?
I was voting.
ready to go?
All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is FY 27 CTAE federal and state grants, another requirement. Dr. Roof?
Absolutely. So this will be a one-pager, but this is also a requirement that we have to go through at the board meeting to make sure that we list the different grants that we are applying for the upcoming school year in FY 27. So the first one there is apprenticeship. That helps fund our youth apprenticeship and our work-based learning program. Ag Extended Day, Ag Extended Year, and Ag Young Farmer. Those help pay salaries and benefits for our young farmer teacher and our ag teachers. Extended Day, that helps fund all of the CTSO sponsors and what they do with Extended Day. Supervision, that helps fund part of my salary, so I'd really want y'all to vote that one through if you could. Y'all don't really approve this, I'm joking. But and then next, CTAE Perkins Plus, that helps fund our EOPAs, our end of pathway assessments that Mr. Henson does a phenomenal job of keeping up with. That's a beast all on its own. And then professional development helps fund different PL for our CTAE teachers. And then finally, program improvement, that's where that Perkins plan is tied to that I just went through.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is a facilities and construction update.
Good evening, board. First couple pictures there is, well, that's at the high school. We've added Salto, which is our keyless entry on the elevator there at the new gym. Of course, here's the Ag Barn. We've got our CO on the Ag Barn. A couple of minor things that still have to be completed, but again, we do have our CO. So as soon as the pins get 100% finalized, I'm not going to put pressure on Rhonda, but maybe we get some critters down there.
Oh, we can pressure Rhonda.
We can pressure Rhonda. We can pressure Rhonda. Athletic facility, if you've not been by there lately, again, I can't keep up with it. A lot of the major stuff has been done. Talked to Tanner today. Actually, the bleachers are installed there upstairs at the APC. And backstop padding, the windscreens, a ton of things going on. Some of the equipment is already coming in for the Hinton facility that's been ordered. So again, as soon as we get that CO from the fire marshal, we're going to turn them loose on it. And I don't know when that time is going to be. Mainly it's the elevators that's being installed. The elevators are pretty finicky on some things. But as soon as that gets done, we get the CO from the fire marshal. Now, actually these pictures are probably about 2 weeks old. So again, it is hard to keep up with it. But if you've not been by there lately, you need to come by. The weight room is about 80% complete with equipment and everything. The garage doors are scheduled to be installed next week, so we can keep everything secured and locked up. The goal is to have the baseball, softball, tennis court lights turned on for graduation. Again, I don't want to put pressure on Tanner. He always watches the board meeting. So Tanner, I just called you out. And so yeah, we want it lit up like a Christmas tree down there for graduation. So getting very excited, getting closer by the day, and look forward to turning it over to the coaches.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Danner. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the Community Eligibility Provision, CEP. Ms. Williams?
Good evening, board.
So this evening, I come to you with information about CEP. It is time for our annual renewal for CEP, if you choose to do so this evening. So just a quick recap of what CEP is for everyone. It is the Community Eligibility Provision. That is a USDA meal service option that allows for us to serve our meals free, both breakfast and lunch, for every student. The districts that qualify are able to do that. Excuse me. No household free and reduced applications have to be given. And it's a 4-year cycle, and if you choose to go forward with it, next year will be year 3 for Fannin County. So each year, the USDA produces an annual notification for all districts telling them whether or not they are eligible to participate in CEP. And they utilize the data from the FRL 001, which is our October data with FTE and how many students are directly certified for free services. That includes SNAP, TANF, Medicaid, runaway, homelessness, and migrant workers or students. So there have been some rule changes that have allowed for a large portion of our entire country to be eligible for CEP. And that all occurred back in 2023. And so when that actually occurred, they changed the rate that made it eligible from 40% to 25%. So that meant that many districts were eligible to be in CEP. However, it is important to know that the increase is because of the rule changes, not because necessarily of student status changes. So this requires, if you are in CEP, that any LEA must make sure that this food service, your school nutrition program, does not use federal funds in order to make sure that we pay our bills. So this is an implication for the board that if we are not able to be in the black on our revenue, that you all will kick in and you will compensate for that because you cannot use other funding such as SPLOST or other federal funds. And we don't want to enter into the agreement just because we qualify without really thinking about it. So in our data, in 2024 of April, 1,638 out of our 2,833 students were on DC-free status. So that was a 57.82% in our individual student percentage. For every 10 students that are DC-free, the USDA suggests that if we were to poll everyone in that classroom with those students, that the factor would be 1 out of 6 more would actually qualify to be free or reduced. And so there is a 1.6 multiplier that goes into that rate, which puts Fannin County at a 92.51% claiming percentage of free and a 7.49% paid claiming percentage. So with your approval this evening, we will renew CEP for next year. We will continue our farm to school initiatives, our school garden initiatives, our trying to purchase things locally. And should changes occur that make CEP not feasible for us, if there are rule changes along the way or we all feel that there is just too much cost associated with it, then I will come back to you and we can discuss what we want to do next.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve Community Eligibility Provision, better known as CEP, as presented.
I'd like to make the motion on that. I'd seek a second, please.
I'll second.
Any discussion? We can't stop feeding our children. Can't do that. Sorry. All in favor, raise hands. Unanimous. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, Ms. Williams, will you let us know what school nutrition meal prices will propose to be next year?
I certainly will. So because we are offering the first meal to all of our students free for students, both breakfast and lunch, there is no cost associated with that. Should they choose to have a second meal, that cost will reflect the same as our adults and our visitors. So our adult breakfast is $3 and our adult lunch or the second price would be $5.75. That's an increase of 25 cents from this year's $5.50 rate. And simply that is barely covering our costs for our groceries.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve the school nutrition meal prices for school year 2026-2027 as presented.
Can the chair have a motion for that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? I know I went to Ingles today and it cost me $7. $5.35 ain't bad. And it's good food.
It is good food.
It's good food.
And we know they work hard making it too, don't we?
You got it.
You
Yeah.
do now.
We can attest to that, yeah.
You all did a
Yeah.
great job helping in the cafeteria.
Yep. All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the district financial report. Mr. Drury?
Good evening. So we've got our general fund. We're actually, of course, we're looking at our through March number. So we're at 75% through the fiscal year. We're at about 82% of our collections for revenue, and our expenditures are about just over 58%. For our capital projects, and like I mentioned last month, our collections are at 60%, our expenditures at 81%, and that's, of course, due to a lot of our APC bills coming due that we're finishing up that project. So hopefully we can start catching that up. Then our special revenues were about 56% and about 63% expenditures. Then lastly, our nutrition that we were just talking about, they do a great job. We've collected about 82% of the funds for that, and we are at 71%, so right on track.
Thank you, Mr. Drury. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Chair, have a motion to approve our financial report, please.
I'll make the motion. Oh, sorry, Mike.
We have a motion and a
Double.
second.
Double.
A third. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is to approve the school quarterly financial reports. Mr. Drury?
Yes, ma'am. So since we're at 75% done, we just finished up our third quarter for our schools, and so you can see if Ms. Collins scrolls through, you can see the numbers for each of our schools, starting with Blue Ridge and then following through our elementary schools. And then we have East Fannin, West, and then our middle school, and then our high school. And just as she's scrolling through, just want to again make a shout out to all our school level bookkeepers. They do an amazing job, and our district staff as well. Those ladies make sure that behind the scenes that all the bills are getting paid, and we're in good financial shape, which all of our schools are.
Excellent. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Chair, have a motion to that effect.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous. Thank you.
Excellent. Next item on the agenda is the SPLOST update.
So our SPLOS update, unfortunately on SPLOS update, we were in a deficit year over year. For our last numbers there, we were down about 2.7%, a little over $20,000. Hopefully the weather's warming up and we have some sunny days and the tours to be out. But we're still in really good shape, so hopefully we can catch that up. As far as our overall numbers, the two decreases hadn't really changed our outlook as far as when we expect SPLOS 6 to finish up. We're still we're predicting about 44 and a half months out, which will put us in November 29, which is where we've been kind of holding steady between October and November of 29.
The 2 months kind of points toward our economy just a little bit. But
Well, I don't think the price of fuel is helping us out right now with people
No.
traveling. So
yeah, so excellent. Thank you, Mr. Drury. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is personnel, and if you all will go to your personnel sheet, please. Okay, is everybody there? All right, the first section on the personnel sheet would be resignations, and I'd like to take those collectively unless there's an objection. Okay, and those resignations would be Keith Bozen and Connie Knight, both effective 5/14/2026. Courtney Hutchinson, effective 5/22/2026. Jeremy Locke, effective 5/27/2026. Hobart Dan Brown, effective 5/31/2026. And Linda Burgess, effective 8/31/2026. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Do you have a motion on the resignation of these people?
So moved.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you. These next are recommendations. They're all pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. I'd like to take the professional staff collectively and the classified staff collectively, unless there's an objection. Okay? First two are professional staff, effective school year 2026-2027, and that is Anna DeMar and Kaylin Inslee. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
I'd like to make that motion. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you. This next group is all classified staff, all effective school year 2026-2027. And I'd like to take those collectively, like I said. So it's Serena Ramsey, Rachel Scott, Faith Watkins, Sue Wiley, and Deborah Wright. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Chair, have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you. This next set of recommendations is for substitute employees, and it's all pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. I'll take those collectively as well, unless there's an objection. This first group is for substitute teachers, all effective school year 2026-2027, and that would be Emily Beiser, Carol Cox, Jennifer Johnson, Barbara Kernia, Donald Wilgan Jr., and Jessica Worley. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Okay. I'll make that motion. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Mr. Chair, next recommendation is substitute custodian, effective 6/1/2026, and that's for Hobart Dan Brown. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Need a motion for that effect.
So moved.
Thank you. Need a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
This next recommendation is for substitute mechanic, effective 6/1/2026, and that's Bryce Webb. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Okay. I'll make that motion. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you. The next recommendations is for the student work program, and it's pending completion of paperwork and all school program requirements. And that is Will Hood, a student worker for school year 2026-2027. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Can we have a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second again.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous.
Mr. Chair, this next are transfers for informational purposes only. First is Carrie Dunn, effective school year 2026-2027, will be transferring from the high school to go to the advertised tech job at West Fannin Elementary School. And the next transfer is for Dr. Scott Barnstead, effective school year 2026-2027, that will be transferring from assistant principal at West Fannin Elementary to a principal at East Fannin Elementary. So, Mr. Chair, that concludes our personnel sheet.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it's your turn.
It is my turn. I want to say again, we're wrapping up the year, and graduation is next Friday. And as Dr. Ramsey is always gracious to point out, that the culmination of our children walking across the field is not done in a year. It starts from the first time that they set foot on our campus as little bitties, and it goes all the way through. And this school system and this community works together as a team to give each kid all that they've got along the way. And it is a blessing to be invited into God's work to do that.
Yep.
We celebrated We Are Fannin last week, and we are Fannin.
Amen.
And we do stand for all. And Jamari, I want to thank you and your mom for coming to see me last Monday. It is appreciated. So this is also Mr. Young's last board meeting. Mr. Young? Congratulations, sir, and thank you for all your years of service to this school system in each capacity that you have had. So it is appreciated. With that said, Mr. Chair, the floor is yours.
You ain't gonna say no more?
I'm about set out, sir.
All right, Robert.
Me first?
Yeah.
Just super proud of all of our athletes and our students. A lot of recognition. Appreciate all the hard work that goes into that. I'm going to say something that some may agree with, some may not. That's okay. I think we all have our own way of doing things, but I'm going to tread lightly here. I feel like that God led me to this place, and I don't feel like God led me here to have self-recognition. So it's not about me. It's about everybody else. I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve everybody equally. I don't see a difference in anybody. I'm here to help all. That's why I came to do this, because I feel like that God has got me to a place in my life where I can do that. I'm not saying I've always been that way. I was raised right here in these hills, you know, and I've not always thought things the right way, but by His grace, He has shown me the right way, and that is to treat everybody equally. And I try my very best to do that. I will help anybody at any time, no matter who you are. And I don't feel like that was kind of portrayed through the situation that has been discussed a few times, so I wanted to address that personally. I don't feel that anything was handled inappropriately in the situation from the public comment that was spoke about earlier. Hate speech, I wrote this down. I felt like I needed to, so I wouldn't forget what I needed to say. This happens every year. Hate speech happens every year in our school system, across this country and across our communities. It happens. We can't control that. We can only control what comes of that. So this happens every year in our school system, sometimes against someone with protected disabilities, sometimes against one race or multiple races. These, to my knowledge, have always involved students saying or writing these things. We cannot control what a student may say or write. We treat each event the same since I've been here. I'm speaking about since I've been here. We treat them each the same. They are taken very serious. There is always discipline and there's always consequences for these actions. This event was treated with the same seriousness as all other like events have. If this school system treated this particular event in a different manner, we would be making a difference in race, disabilities, etc. It was handled exactly the same way as all hate speeches are. I personally see no difference in color of skin. I love everyone, and I would do anything possible for anyone that needed my help. So that's what I love about this community, is you're going to have this everywhere you go. But overall in this community, we love everybody. And I'm thankful to be in a community like that. Me and my wife, we live somewhere where it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think here we have some good Christian people, some good, I would say, believers, and some good morals in this community. And I don't want that to go unsaid. I appreciate everybody, all the hard work, and all the folks in this community. I feel like stands on those same principles, and I'm proud to be. I wouldn't say proud. I am thankful to be a part of that.
Thank you, Robert. Mr.
Yep.
Cole.
Thank you, sir. I agree with you, Robert. Great that you, what you said, I appreciate that. I think we have one of the greatest communities, and I've lived all the way to the West Coast. where we live right now. And to see all those kids that come up here and, you know, I'm not saying it's not out there. And I haven't, if I see it, I'm gonna confront them. That's who I am. If I see that kind, but I haven't seen that out of any of them, and that's what I mean. And I lost her name, but Miss Waters, your daughter, is a very polite little girl. You know, she took me around in the middle school and just so polite. Conrad being a football player, I was expecting something different. You know what I mean? And he was just so courteous to me the whole time, having conversation. And these people here at the district know Mike likes conversation. They've left me 2 or 3 times when we go somewhere and have to send somebody back to get me because I'm talking to somebody. But I like that. I like to find out who they are, what they like, what they don't like. I like to know what they like in life, not just about the school. And that's who I am. And I do love our school system. That's why I love our principals so much. That I've been up in lost my name there, but we were up in Blairsville, and I met a school teacher or a principal in the store there. We're just out roaming around one day, and there was. We had a long conversation. That's just who I am. I like to know people. I like to see if I can help. I think that goes across this board right here. We may have differences, but I think the whole general aspect of it is we want to help. That's why we're here.
Amen.
And man, I couldn't tell you, it's been a great ride for me to see CTAE going at the level that it is on, because that was my passion and vision for running. And anyways, with Dr. Ruth's help, we got that going. And, I couldn't be more excited about that. But look how smart all of our kids are. That TSA program, I got to go to that banquet and watch them handing out all those awards, and they give the wheelman a broken wheel. He'd been turning so hard they broke the wheel. That was his award, was his broken wheel, and he was just ecstatic to get that. All the way down to the resource officers, and I love them. You know, Tony came in halfway through my tenure, and I just hit it off with him. I got to watch him interact with our kids, and the kids love him. And you know, I kind of nicknamed him Tony the Tiger. He might have been getting that before, but he's great. He's a good guy, and I appreciate you so much. And I'm looking forward to. I look forward to this time of year, because all those kids graduate, and we get to see all the cords, the ribbons, the honors. And when I look across at that honor roll and I see all those golden sashes, I don't remember that in my age. I don't remember that many being up there. I mean, I was in the back anyway. But it is awesome. And to be able to sit where we get to sit. So the first couple of years I didn't, but as chair, Bob, it is awesome to sit right there with your valedictorian, your salutatorian. You get to see their best friends talking. I know I'm taking a little bit of time, but Johnny, it's my last year to get to talk about that at the graduation. But you get to see them heckling one another, because that's who I am. I'm an aggravator. I tell my kids that all the time at church. I say I'm an aggravator. I like to just have fun, you know. I just aggravate people, but I watch them do that. And to be able to sit there and watch them be at peace with themselves and where they're going, and then to watch the salutatorian and the valedictorian get up and make such exceptional speeches. See, I murder the English language, but I'm telling you, I am Mike Cole. I'm gonna stick with you, Robert. I am for this school, and I think we're a great system. Brother, it's over to you.
Thank you both for your comments. Gosh, guys, I don't know where to start tonight. A lot of things we've gone over, and I know that you guys really have a real good way of again, making me feel like I'm much, or not quite as smart as even a third grader in the way that, in these kids' accolades that they've got. But, you know, a couple things I just want to go over. Look, it's May, it's graduation time, 8 days, right?
Don't count the weekends, remember?
Yeah, that's right. We got all the school system, don't count the weekends. It's unbelievable. We have sat through several of these board meetings, and I absolutely cannot keep up with the accolades that our kids are earning, both academically and athletically. You spoke today about their character and their conduct. It's amazing to me what kind of students we're building. I certainly understand that any school system will have its challenges. I'm sure they all do, and I'm sure we will address any challenge that comes our way. But when you think about the challenges the school system has, I also want to highlight what our system does. This isn't just, and I'll use the superintendent's analogy that she says, this isn't just play in school. These kids, I wrote this down. I don't know how these kids find the time to do what they do. They don't treat school, or they do treat school like a full-time job. And I mean, they don't, school stops at, y'all tell me what time school stops, 3? School stops at 3 o'clock. I mean, so school stops at 3 o'clock, and these kids are going till they're starting the wee hours of the morning, going to the late hours of the evening. But our folks are there with them. Our teachers and our staff are there with them, all the way down to the bus drivers, the custodians, the SRO officers. I can't thank you all enough. You guys are doing much more than your job. The experiences that you're providing for our kids, not just schooling them, not just teaching them what's in the book, but teaching them their character, and that goes for parents too. It's much more than just going to school. And it's hard for me to articulate what I'm trying to say right now, but I just want you all to know that I recognize that. I recognize it's been an incredible school year. You've all seen and heard what kind of incredible students we have, and that's due to our community and our teachers and our staff. Thank you for preparing our young kids and adults to be successful. I am 100% confident our graduates can leave Fannin County and earn a living and support themselves and be productive. That builds confidence and character and work ethic. Mark, you and I have been friends a long time. I congratulate you on your retirement. Good job there, but I wish you all the best. Take time to go fish and do whatever you want to do. Guys, I pray for good weather for graduation night. Hope to see you all there. Thank you for all the work you've done, and thanks for being Fannin County.
I'll try to be faster than these guys were. I think the one word that stood out to me, I wrote just very few things up here today, was community and character. I feel like it was said a lot by the people who spoke, and it was actually said a lot by you all as well. Our community is special. You know, some people have never really left Fannin County, and even the ones who have, you know, I think we take a lot of things for granted here. Our people are special. You know, people get so tore up that things are coming into town and, you know, different things are happening in our community, but that very well may be, but our people haven't changed. Our people have remained the same, and I thank God every day that I'm able to live here. So I just hope we never, you know, take for granted, you know, just a couple of things I wrote, they all tie in. Like, we had almost an hour of recognition, which is wild. So, you know, whether it be your CTSOs or your athletes or whoever it was, the coaches, all the time that is poured into these students, it's amazing. And not just the people who teach and coach these kids, it's the people who take care of them at home. I don't know, I mean, you know, it kind of goes unrecognized sometimes, but anybody that has success, someone's helped them get them there. Okay, so like if it's sports or TSA or FFA, whatever, someone's probably driving you. Okay, so someone's getting you there, someone's helping. Sports is wild. My 8-year-old has ran us ragged. We've had weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend playing baseball. I never thought we'd be at that point at 8 years old, but you know, I said we wouldn't actually. I've ate a little bit of crow on that. But nonetheless, there's a lot that goes into all that. So, so I want to say congratulations to all those students and all those people who helped get them there as well. Close of the year is always wild. May is a roller coaster month. And Adam and I graduated our children last year, and I thought it was wild, but it feels just equally as wild this year as it did last, which I didn't think would be the case. So as we close out the year, I hope all of our faculty and staff gets recharged to come back for a great school year next year. And Mr. Young, I just appreciate you. I worked with you at the middle school, and I appreciate your time at Blue Ridge Elementary School. I know, speaking of my 8-year-old, he thinks you're the best. So thank you for everything you've done for Fannin County Schools. Thank you, guys.
Well, it's my turn. It's 7:30. You'll be out of here before 8:30. Thank you, Mr. Young, for all you've done. I'm not going to add nothing except when I saw all those students in here, that lights me up. To me, that's what it's all about. It ain't about me. It ain't about anybody but the students. And I appreciate everything everybody said up here tonight, so I'm not going to go over it again. I'm going to let you go home. You'll be going home before 8:30. I guarantee you. Anybody got anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second,
Have a
one
second?
more time.
Yeah.
You got a second?
One more time.
All in favor, one more time. Unanimous. Thank you for being here.